GearNetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
So, Fat Man,
Sleazy.
what the hell are you drinking?
Mountain Dew Zero Sugar.
What, you mean Mountain Dew Zero Sugar?
Oh, sweet! Yay! Ryan, what are you drinking?
Rockstar Zero Sugar.
Okay,
Excellent.
well, for three fat people, at least ain't drinking sugar.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
man.
hey, if that's how we get to be not fat anymore, I'll take it. But let's talk about Hell in a Cell on the wrestling show. Welcome, everyone. This is Sleazy.
It's the fat man.
And we're doing horrible with cold opens lately. Ryan Williams is with us today.
Hey, they're my favorites. The worse the cold open, the better it is to me. Because I'm going to have a good podcast.
Oh, you know it too. We've got a lot ahead of us. We got Hell in a Cell to talk about. Probably going to bitch about it. Who knows? Well, one of us is.
And I know exactly who.
The one who's being a little bitch?
Yeah, who was sitting in my living room being a little bitch.
Okay, did anyone watch the pre-show?
Yes, because I am emotionally invested over the fact that one of the females in the match I have in the fantasy, with the Wrestling Shed fantasy group I do.
So I didn't watch the pre-show.
Bullshit.
Sleazy, you first.
I didn't watch it. I definitely did not watch Mandy Rose versus. I legitimately don't remember who she was facing. Natalia? Natty?
Natalia.
Was it Natty? Okay. So yeah, it's actually a decent match, to be honest with you. But
It was an okay match for our show.
yeah, it was meant to warm up the crowd, and it did that. So there you go.
Yay, the crowd that wasn't there.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was to make sure the canned heat worked.
I find in me, it's like Natty's losing. And it's not a big noticeable thing, but like Natty's at this a long time now. She's more focused on training all the girls that are coming up and trying to help them. So I think her focus is to train her more than like to learn herself. She's still doing good, but I think we're about to start to see the decline in Natty's skills ever so slow.
Yeah. I get it. I mean, how long has she been wrestling now?
Years.
15, 16 years?
Yeah. So
Years.
it's time to transition into that role. So there you go.
Main show.
I didn't watch it.
I know you didn't. Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defends against Bayley, 19 minutes and 45 seconds. Fuck Dave Meltzer, star ratings aren't out yet because he's a little bitch, so I got John Canton's. Ken gave it 3 3/4.
Oh, by the way, this was in Hell in a Cell.
I literally just said that.
But you didn't say it with the Vince voice.
I don't care.
Boy, somebody's being a little bitch today.
You are. We know. So Sleazy had me write down his star ratings,
Yes.
and then he wanted me to write down
My thoughts.
his notes.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck you, that ain't happening.
And then after that,
The smug, small piece of shit face he had there when you said that.
Yep.
Like, you can't see it on camera. It was just so good. It was like,
it's
oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
And literally,
Almost.
he won't remember what star ratings he gives out anyway.
Yeah.
So I can make them up.
Watch this. I'm going to actually now. The reason why I actually had you write my star ratings down, the notes thing was a joke. It wasn't really meant to be anything. But I do wanted to put my star ratings out. So when I go here and I say that this I thought the match was 3 stars, you're going to look at me and go, you fucking idiot, you didn't rate it that.
You fucking idiot. You did not rate that at all.
See?
You gave it 2 stars.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I wasn't much kinder. I gave it an okay match for a house show. Some of the spots were stupid and botched. Like, the hair spot, like, if she wanted to kick Belair in the head, why would she tie her to the rope and then kick her? Why? It was stupid. It was dumb. Everything that had to do with the hair was stupid.
Well, here's the thing. The first time it happened, oh, that's kind of interesting and innovative. And then the 5th time it happened, it was like, okay, we get it. You can tie your hair.
Yeah, you're putting over Bianca Belair's hair. Cool.
Right.
The finish was nice. Ryan liked the finish. I know Ryan liked the finish because he told me he liked the finish, but
He told us.
I love them. The finish was cool as shit. That match, I said it the other day because I had a chat with a couple of other guys as well. That is the new Bret Owen from SummerSlam. That was a great match, but I get why it was in Hell in a Cell because you can kind of get away with the storyline wise. They've been feuding on and off for months. But that match is take the Hell in a Cell away, it's the same fucking match.
100% agree. 100% agree.
dare you?
Compared,
Use logic.
No.
Blasphemy. And talk shit about the greatest steel cage match in the history of this business.
I didn't talk about Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker.
wow.
I said steel cage, not Hell in the Cell.
They also had a steel cage match. Pretty sure they had a steel cage match.
No, they did not.
They didn't
wanna
know I was
bet?
talking about the Hell in a Cell, but Bret and Owen, I will 100% stand by. Didn't need the fucking steel cage match. It was a great match inside of a steel cage, but it wasn't a great steel cage match.
It was the best steel cage match ever. And you're Canadian. I don't know what's wrong with the world. I don't know what's wrong with the world. No, I hate your guts. Like right now.
Right. Dear God.
Right now, I hate your guts. We've been getting along. You know, talking like almost every day on the side, you know, sending dick pics to each other. But now, you know, like,
But they're tasteful.
yeah, but now they're not going to be. The dick pics will not be tasteful now.
Pictures of Bailey photoshopped on top.
What a dick. Literally. Okay, Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, 16 minutes and 15 seconds. Kent gave it 3 3/4. Sleazy also gave it 3 3/4 because it's a Cesaro match and he's a fucking mark. I gave it 3.5. Really good. I'd like to finish where Rollins won by a fluke when he's been saying this whole feud that Cesaro beat him is a fluke. So it kind of makes sense storyline wise. I get it. I like it. It was a really good match, and I think it made sense. Cool. That's it. Awesome. Sweet. Next match.
I'm used to you telling one of us to talk, dickhead. Anytime there's Dave, it's your fault because you don't go by. What's your opinion on
Fuck you. What's your opinion?
that? I think the win should have been traded. I get why the second match Cesaro won because he was fighting Reigns for the title, but I really think Rollins should have won that match. And this should have been a bubble match of a best of 3 more than anything else. Right? Like, this should have been another big win for Cesaro after losing to Rollins. And now it's just kind of like you forced the Rollins win just to get another match out of it.
I've been doing that a lot lately, though. Kind of prolonging feuds. I mean,
So that makes it right, of course, right?
I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying
I believe we need to consult the master booker of the wrestling show.
Okay, hold on. Let me grab. Oh, you want me to talk again? Oh, okay.
No, to Travis.
Oh,
It was a Travis slam. God damn it!
I know. I was being an asshole.
Yeah, I know you're being. Wow, shock of shocks.
Thank you.
Fat man being an asshole.
Thank you. Thank you.
When we do the shitties this year, that needs to be an award.
The fat
Booker
man
of the
being,
year.
the asshole of the year award. I'm
Shocking
gonna win it. I'm gonna win it every year. I'm gonna win it every year. There's
It
no
would be
fucking
named after the Fat Man once it's all done.
No, it should be named now. The Fat Man Asshole of the Year award goes to Fat Man. I'm already the Hall of Famer. You're just gonna give me an award every year. I'll fucking take it. It doesn't matter to me.
Only Hall of Famer, mind you.
And it's gonna stay that way until I elect somebody else, which will be me every year.
Because he's also the asshole of the year. Because that's
Yeah. See,
it falls into
goes
place.
together.
It falls into place.
Goes together. And I noticed that Travis was nowhere near this chat for Hell in the Cell, by the way.
I wonder why. Too many fucking faces on it, I guess? I don't know.
Maybe. Nah, too many heels, bro. Oh, wait. No. There were too many heels that weren't actually heels. That were actually faces.
Ooh. I like that.
So Sleazy really liked the match because Cesaro's in it. I already talked about Sleazy. Okay.
Yeah, basically, it's a Cesaro match. It's a good Cesaro match. Anybody who's watched, Ring of Honor from, 2008 on knew that this was going to be amazing. So
Kyle O'Reilly, or not Kyle O'Reilly, I'm sorry. Adam Cole just had a 15-minute competitive match with a nobody. And then they just announced, in 2 weeks at the Great American Bash, he's facing Kyle O'Reilly again.
In an unsanctioned match, probably.
That was announced a week or two ago. No, that was announced last.
Was it last week? It might have been last week.
It was announced last week, and it's not an unsanctioned match. It's straight wrestling.
Because that's how you do it. You have a unsanctioned match and then a wrestling match.
Well, I mean, Orton and Edge did it.
What?
Orton and Edge did it.
Yeah, they had a last man standing match and then the greatest wrestling match ever. So,
Who won the greatest wrestling match ever again?
I did. Alexa.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Alexa. Pillow hiding it. Versus fucking Shayna Baszler. 7 minutes. Ken gave it 2 stars. I gave it 2 stars. Sleazy gave it a half star because, again, the Undertaker Mark doesn't like the shit that's going on in here.
I'm not even gonna explain it again. I've explained it multiple times on this show.
He thinks it's stupid, and that's the only time he explains it. It's like it's dumb. But
I
you're
spent
Undertaker Mark,
10
so it's
minutes
still
the last time we talking about it. So I'm not gonna rehash it. It's fucking stupid. They haven't done their work, and we'll leave it at that.
Congress, they're fucking pushing out Duke.
What?
Huh?
Congress sits there, Mr. Pushing for the Mountain Dew sponsorship.
I mean,
it's Kickstart.
There is no reason why Mountain Dew should be sponsoring us. Oh, by the way, this might or might not be Mountain Dew sponsored. Please call me. Please.
As we show off our Mountain Dew Zeros.
I'll suck your dick.
He will literally suck any dick for anything. Literally.
Please, pretty please.
Anyway, Sleazy's wrong, as always.
Oh, yeah, no, 100 in this instance, he is. Fuck off, Alexa Bliss.
Oh, fuck me.
See, if Asuka was in this, he'd 100% be fucking jizzing all over it.
Actually, no, I wouldn't be, because I'd still have the same problem.
I think if they want to keep doing this Alexa Bliss character, they have, and they're now coming into right up to having fans in the audience, the best way to kind of keep doing it is the possession type shit, which is a little easier to pull off than cinematic shit in front of a live crowd. So I get it. I don't mind.
I get it. What the
I don't mind it. It makes sense to me.
She's a fucking hypnotist.
It makes sense to me. The match was meh. The wrong kid didn't die. So, yeah.
I'll disagree.
What?
Shayna should have won.
No. Why?
Shayna's the one that... needed it more.
Okay, you're right.
Bliss didn't need that win there. Shayna did.
No, you're right. So say it.
That I was right.
No, not that.
You're trying to get over your phrase, your catchphrase.
I understand, but at no point did he deserve to step on a Lego yet.
No, not that. The wrong kid died, so I've been waiting. I said the wrong kid didn't die, and you're supposed to say,
okay.
I disagree, the wrong kid died.
The wrong kid did die. The wrong kid did die. Happy?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Not now, I had to force it out of you. God damn it. This is bullshit.
This fucking show. Who the fuck fucking produces this shit?
This is bullshit. Okay, so Sleazy's going to come over this next match. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. 12 minutes, 40 seconds. Ken gave this 3 1/4.
I was close to Ken. It was like 3 3/4, maybe?
3.5.
3.5? Yeah. It was good, but it was a Zayn Owens match.
I gave it 3 3/4.
There you go.
Great match.
So in other words, you were the overrating piece of shit. You
Sure
fucking
wasn't.
Mark.
Sure wasn't. Sure wasn't. So any news on Owens' real injury, Sleazy?
You'll have to find out in news and rumors.
Or I'm looking it up right now. But, I really think Owens really got hurt. What do you think, Ryan?
From what I read through news and rumors, it's just that he's fucking off for a couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Because he really got hurt.
No.
No, it's storyline-wise. That's why they're taking him off TV for a bit.
No, he really got hurt.
I'll tell you what the news and rumors state.
They're only news and rumors. I'm the only one that's right. Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
Boston scored.
Can't have two people like that.
What,
I
two
just
girls always right?
fucking taped this shit. I don't know what anyone else is talking about.
What do you think of the match, Ryan? You shut your little fucking dirty whore mouth.
What?
He didn't even fucking say anything.
It's a Owen Zayn match. He went,
He's just
Okay.
He's just feeling Jay Briscoe vibes right now, okay?
Okay. So if you want more words out of it, if you, like the rest of the people that do this podcast, have paid attention to Ring of Honor for any amount of time or even one of these guys' careers, you watch that match, it was nothing special, nothing groundbreaking, just some of the other stuff. In the same breath, it was a really good match. Guys always have a good match together, but it was nothing for me to be like, that was the best Steen Generico match or Owen Zayn match. It was a good match. Guys always have good matches. Like,
okay.
Legitimately, that's what I said at the time. So
He did.
we're on the same wavelength there.
We all are, actually. So
fucking idiot.
I'm just trying to get a little bit more out of this because,
We're like most of the way through the show.
yeah, there's only 6 fucking matches. Come on. So,
It's like pulling teeth.
Raw Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley defends against Charlotte Flair and not an Asian.
You have to be so aggressive about that part?
I'm looking at Sleazy's face and he's just blank. Yes, I do, actually. That's
There are no Asians on this card.
Of course, because they're racist. Match went 14 minutes and 10 seconds. Ken gave it 3.5. Sleazy gave it an okay match for a house show.
Yep.
I gave it 3 3/4.
What?
It was really good till the stupid fucking finish.
Finish was ridiculously dumb.
Obviously sets up a rematch, but could have been done 1,000 different ways. That was better than that.
I know, Ryan, you want in on this.
I like the finish. It was different. Like for her, because you don't see many people still do the intentional disqualification idea. And you know what I'm like anyways. If I can find a way to justify something, I'm going to do it. Whether you guys want to be wrong or not, it's fine. But I enjoy the intentional qualification. I enjoy the bench mode because Rhea Ripley, to me, is going to be one of those people that are going to replace the hierarchy. Is going to be the next wave of your Charlottes and your Sashas and stuff like that, right?
Yes, but you're wrong about the finish. The finish was stupid.
I agree with 94% of that.
Outside the finish.
Outside the finish. 'Cause the finish was fucking ridiculous because it was a fucking face doing it. It was absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. And not only have her do that, cheer over the fact that she basically screwed Charlotte out of it. Like every face would.
Okay,
What?
let me be real fucking clear regardless if this starts the fight or not. That was a heel versus heel match.
I'm waiting for Sleazy to pull up on you. I'm waiting for it.
I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. The fuck is wrong with you?
What do you want me to say? You kept pointing at it. Both of those pieces are fucking heels.
And I'm waiting for Sleazy to remark to this. Ryan's right. They're both heels. But
Why the
finish
fuck
was
are we
stupid.
having heel versus heel matches?
But the finish still was stupid.
Not for a heel.
It was still dumb. It was still dumb.
You can't justify it by claiming she's a heel after the match is over. I'm sorry.
What do you
She
mean?
spent the
She's a
entire.
heel.
She has been the face since WrestleMania at the very bare minimum.
But she's the heel.
She's not the and what
She is
Charlotte?
the heel.
She's not the heel.
She 100% is.
She's a heel, Sleazy.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely so.
Absolutely not.
She's a heel, Sleazy.
I don't see a blonde valet with her. Now, do you? Because that's the only way she's a heel.
No, that'd be the only way she's a face if you're using that logic.
Okay, fair point on that one. But I mean, I guess the reality is that she's playing.
Step on a Lego. That's the fucking reality.
You can find that.
I mean, she's been a heel this whole time, but since she's going up against another heel, doesn't make her a de facto face. She's still a heel.
Who got cheered in that match?
Literally no one, because there's no crowd.
Okay, who did the sound production manager turn the can cheering up for?
Sorry, my phone went off.
No one?
What'd you say?
I will give you that part of who they wanted to be cheered for the generical sense of face versus heel. But you fucking damn well know that was a heel versus heel match.
Okay, I will give you that. Because for all intents and purposes, she was acting like a heel. You're absolutely correct. However, that's not how they booked it, quote unquote, mainly because otherwise they wouldn't have turned up the face pops in the match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they give her a heel ending.
Well,
That
yeah,
was a
that's my
heel thing
point.
to fucking do.
Is there's a disconnect there though. That's my point out of all of it. Is why would you have them portray her as the face, quote unquote, in the match and then give her a heel finish and make her out to be a heel against a heel when they've been cheering her because Sheamus still shit in Alberto Del Rio's car for no reason.
What is weird is that neither Rhea Ripley or Charlotte were on Raw last night.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. You know
So
what
they
that
didn't-
means.
Last chance on the cell match for the WWE Championship. Bobby Lashley defends against Drew McIntyre. 25 minutes, 45 seconds.
Drew got the shit kicked out of him. Spoiler.
And gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. Sleazy gave it
2.5 stars?
3.5, you fucker.
I don't remember.
I thought it was a great match. I thought it was another stupid finish. Drew kicked out of fucking everything, but then he can't kick out of the roll up of fucking death.
Because when I think Hell in a Cell, I think roll up of death.
A distraction roll up of death, which we all know 100% depletes any fucking health bar that any fucking anything has.
Let's back this to trainer for a second.
Oh, Sleazy, Io Shirai's back on NXT.
Yeah, she came back last week.
I did. I just didn't have the sound on.
Oh. Yeah, let's back this trainer for a fucking second. That finish was great. And if you don't, I can't see, especially you, I can't see how you don't see how brilliant of a finish that was for how everything's gone for the two of them over the past 3-4 months.
Distraction finish, then distraction finish.
With not only a distraction finish, Lashley can beat him, but decided to grab those tights and to fully sink it in. That not only did you see his, like, if that had to be just a roll up, okay, I get what you're saying. The fact that Lashley grabbed them tights just to make sure, and it's telling the cell, doesn't matter. Lashley got everything he wanted. He had title victory. Drew still looked strong because the tights got pulled and he couldn't kick out because it's like the little nuances of it. I'm surprised you don't see.
Okay, cool. How many announcers said that he got his tights pulled? 0. None of them said it. Not one. Did I notice it? Yes, because, I know shit like that. But if you want to pull it across like Lashley's a little scumbag, foul it up. They did not do that. The finish was stupid. They should have just had Lashley win over clean. Well, as clean as you can in Hell in the Cell, because there's no point of protecting McIntyre at this point. He can take a loss and it won't hurt him, especially inside Hell in the Cell.
Being that it's less than a year since the last time he took a loss inside the Hell in the Cell, I disagree.
Well, here's the other thing, though. I will give you this, is that what a more scumbag way to win and make sure Drew never touches the WWE Championship again. I will give you...
Yeah. Like, but again, I understand that that's me, but those are those little nuances that I loved about that finish.
Okay, here's what I'll say. If it wasn't the main event and it wasn't the end of the show, I'd be more forgiving on it. That's all. I think that it's a real bad way to blow the air out of collective fans in the fact that he wins like that. You know what I mean?
Look what I can do. Look what I can do.
Good for you. Look at him and his range of motion.
Yeah, I can inch my other arm.
Fair enough. For this entire pay-per-view, this was your last one before live fans. So if you're going to do that shit now, do it now.
Yeah.
Don't first pay-per-view back in front of live fans.
Okay, let's throw this out there for you. If, for the sake of argument, the Rey Mysterio Reigns match happened on this show, do you believe that this would have been the main event?
No.
Oh God, no, Reigns and Mysterio would.
I agree. And that's why I think the finish would work if it was where it should have been, which was the opener.
Only because I envisioned the rest of the pay-per-view as Drew McIntyre flipping out, blah, blah, blah. You kind of had to do that at the end of the pay-per-view because if you do it at the start, you got to listen to Drew on.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, had to have.
You do 2 promos. One where he's pissed, one where he's sad, but he's got a way to get out of it.
Well, okay, let's jump into the discussion that Sleazy and I had. Is his way out of it winning Money in the Bank?
No.
No?
No. He can't challenge Lashley for the title. Regardless. Yes, he gets the contract that says he can have a world championship match at any time. So, there's 2 world titles, 3 if you count NXT, because the NXT title has been proven for the women's one that it can be cashed in, or it can be claimed for the Rumble.
Yep.
So why the Money in the Bank wouldn't work. So
No, I got you.
He has 2 other options for world championships if he wins Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm. Watch this. Ready? Bobby Lashley versus somebody else.
It'll be Kofi Kingston, because they said it on Raw. Watch the product.
I'm not saying it's happening. First of all, fuck yourself. Second of all, I didn't say it was going to happen next show.
I know, but just to say it's Money in the Bank. Go ahead.
I'm not even going to say it's Money in the Bank.
Well, just theoretically.
I think it's going to be
Bobby
Sunday.
Lashley versus somebody else. Say Kofi Kingston, Money in the Bank. Kofi beats Lashley somehow.
No. Drew costs Bobby the title and then cashes in.
Okay, Ryan, does that turn Drew McIntyre heel? Because I think it does.
It absolutely does.
But it didn't Bailey heel when she cashed in.
But she didn't cost Charlotte the title.
Yeah, but you're kind of heel of the title. If it was a face, he was doing that Miz thing. You know, if you do it that way with a heel having the contract, stuff like that, that's more so than what this one would be. The announcers in WWE are going to play it off as, well, opportune time. But no, I don't think that changes Drew McIntyre into a heel.
Unless, say, the person they have, say this Kofi, just by say it. Unless Kofi wins it, Drew McIntyre makes Kofi win. And then Drew cashes in on Kofi. You can theoretically kind of turn Kofi heel because Drew McIntyre did a shit thing to him to get the title.
Yeah.
You could theoretically do that. Either way, you're turning somebody in that instance. You have to. You have to.
I don't think you need to, because if you go, say, the next night, say it happens at any pay-per-view
Okay.
So after the next night, Kofi comes out, does his thing, Drew comes out, cuts the promo, and goes, listen, what you want me to do? I had the briefcase, I couldn't challenge him, I kind of like this belt, sorry it happened to you, but you know what? I'll make it fair. You get the first title shot. Kofi goes, cool, man, and everything's fine. They'll have their fight, and
Kofi will lose.
yeah,
Because
Kofi will lose, but it's still, you don't need to turn nobody heel on that.
I think you do. But that's me.
I think it would be questionable, but I think you could get away with it. I think you can. Only because, well, here's how you say it, is that you have, to make it a little bit more of a face thing, is to come up beforehand to Kofi and say, sorry, man, if you get in a position, I'm going to take that title. And they've done that before.
Yeah. I kind of foreshadow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's,
Well, thoughts on the show. I thought it actually was a really good show. Nothing really super memorable on it, but it was good.
right.
I mean, I've read fucking reviews about how it was really bad. I'm like, fucking marks. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're going to bash whatever WWE does. It was a very good fucking show.
Even in my, frankly, lower ratings than you guys are, I still thought it was a decent show. I don't fault this show very much at all, other than that one match, but it's a main roster WWE show. It was pretty decent. The main was decent.
Also, knowing that this is the last pay-per-view without a live crowd, they could have easily just Nakamura the shit out of this and phoned it in.
Oh yeah, absolutely they could.
And they didn't.
Yeah.
So
it could have been way worse. Let's just leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. It was far from. Let's hope you don't step on this ad.
News and rumors?
We all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is returning to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
2 nights at the 2300 Arena. That's going to be August 20th, August 21st.
Cool.
The week before, they're coming to Pittsburgh for 2 nights as well.
Cool.
AEW is also doing 2 nights at Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
Cool.
WWE Files trademarked several NXT in-ring names. The important ones are Andre Chase, Nikita, Brutus Creed, Julius Creed, and Josh Briggs.
Cool.
Most people do know. Some people have forgotten. Josh Briggs was the last Evolve champion. Matt Hardy wants another run with Jeff in AEW. We'll see how that goes. So, SummerSlam news. Roman Reigns could potentially be facing John Cena.
Which I've said for the last 5 weeks.
Yep.
Cool.
Nothing else.
It's going to be a good match. Be a money match.
I would agree. So, Bruce Pritchard being Bruce Pritchard.
Oh, God.
He was sitting with Pete Rose at Gorilla in WrestleMania 14. And he said, and I quote, "One cool thing that happened was Pete Rose sat to me in Gorilla all fucking night long. He was funny as hell." But he said, a very inside question, I forget what it was. "How do you do that type thing?" Like, "I'll be happy to share with you if you tell me something. Did you do it?"
Cool.
Nothing?
Nope. Cool.
Fat Man is not playing for that all the time.
Because he's like old shit.
Fuck him.
I heard that on the fucking podcast like 5 years ago. Cool.
Well, considering it was last week's show, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The show was a remix.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No.
Well, that's like 10,000 shows of theirs have been a fucking remix.
Yeah, no, last week's show was a remix show.
I don't know what to say about this. Anywho.
More news and rumors. That's what you say.
Sure was a remix show.
Zack Ryder. Are you done?
Zack fucking Ryder.
Okay. Had a couple of shots in AEW, and then that was it. The reason why?
He sucks.
That's it.
Cool.
I'm fine.
He sucks. Cool. Or he didn't sign a long-term contract, I'm assuming?
They didn't offer him one.
Because he sucks. Cool.
Colt
The only
Cabana.
one-
Or more likely is because they had too much talent and
Yeah. His claim is that he wanted to do a couple of shows with them, and they never offered him a contract. He never begged for it, so he went someplace else.
yeah, Impact.
Yep. Colt Cabana recently talked in an interview about his time in WWE. He claims he took a 50% pay cut when he left the Indies and signed with WWE in 2007. So my question to you guys is,
In 2007?
in 2007, do you
Bullshit.
think that was bullshit?
Bullshit.
Ryan?
If it was 2017, I actually might believe that.
Hold on.
But
Say that again.
2007?
In 2007, Colt Cabana claimed when he signed his contract with WWE, they took a 50% pay cut.
No, I don't.
I don't believe that.
I will say only this is that was just after the Wrestling Society X stuff. So it's very possible that he thought, Wrestling Society X was going to continue for him, which obviously it didn't. But, several wrestlers who were released from their WWE contracts earlier this year approached the company to see if they would forego the 90-day non-compete clause. WWE is apparently receptive to this idea, with John Laurinaitis serving as the liaison between the wrestlers and the company who the talent is approaching and with their requests. In recent times, WWE has become more lenient with dropping the non-compete clauses, and most recently, Andrade was able to get his completely waived, something that was previously unheard of in WWE circles. What are our thoughts about this? Why do we even care about non-compete clauses? And most importantly, why the fuck would you leave fucking money on the table?
I get the no compete clause. I'm not for it, but I get it. I understand it.
I have a problem with it anyway, but one of the big pieces of the non-compete clause is you get paid during those 90 days.
Right.
They have to as part of the contract. So you're literally leaving money on the table, downside guarantee money on the table, to say, nah, fuck it. I'm going to go to... Okay, this is going to sound terrible, but it's true. Go to Impact or some shit.
So...
Because... I don't want to give too much disrespect to Impact, but at the end of the day, they're not going to be able to offer as much money as WWE is. In fact, outside of AEW, nobody will. Maybe from a creative standpoint, they might get a better value from where they go after it.
Yeah.
But not necessarily from the monetary side.
No,
but you got to look at it coming from WWE at 30 days. For that 90 days, kind of brings your name value up a little bit that way. So you're turning down 2 months' pay, but your merch deal gets started early on whatever website you're putting it on. You get to start doing more appearances early. So like it kind of counteracts. You still got fresh WWE take on after 30 days. After 90 days, it's just like, let's hope I haven't saved the date. 90 days is a long fuck time. The rest.
I'm not saying it isn't, but in the same breath, if you're going to sign with AEW or some other major promotion like that, you've already made that deal in handshake form.
Right. So essentially is they have a non-compete for 90 days, but say I get fired today from WWE, tomorrow I can talk to those other companies. I just can't work for them.
Right.
So essentially, I could sign a contract with AEW the next day. I just can't compete for them. And it probably won't react. It probably be like, sign it. What's 3 months from now? September?
Yeah.
So sign it
today.
Retroactive to September.
Yeah.
Like, so.
You could do it that way. And here's the other thing that we talk about all the time. And we went in depth a few years ago with this, is that from a legal perspective, that's a hard thing to do from a legal standpoint, because you're sitting there saying, hey, you can't work as a professional wrestler under any name for 90 days. As an independent contractor, that is some dubious legal ground.
Mm-hmm.
Up until the point you go, but we're paying you for those 90 days.
Yeah.
That's also true. But the thing is that there's always been talk. So here's the other thing. And you may not even know this, Ryan, because I don't think this happens in Canada, but this is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Are you guys familiar with Jimmy John's, other than the fact that they're on Brock Lesnar's shorts?
They're like are they a sub company?
They're a sub company. Okay.
They make subs.
Yes. As part of your contract to work at Jimmy John's, if you leave Jimmy John's, you cannot work at another sandwich shop for 90 days. They actually have a non-compete clause for sandwich artists in their contract.
Don't fuck around.
And here's I mean, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me right now? And that's the kind of shit where you're going to start seeing more and more. That's bullshit, you know? Now, granted, at Jimmy John's, you're an employee. You're not an independent contractor. At Jimmy John's, You're not getting paid after you leave, because I guarantee they don't pay you for that 90 days. So that could go right the fuck off. But kids are fucking terrified of it because it's their first or second job. So they go,
Right.
well, I don't know. I'm going to be stuck here for 3 months, not getting paid, so I might as well keep the job, because that's how the things work. But no 20-year-old kid's going to know that that's legally unenforceable by any stretch of the imagination. The other thing is that we talk a lot about independent contractorship. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid or not. You're an independent contractor. It's going to be one of these days, somebody's going to truly challenge it. I think Brock tried to once. And honestly, if it push came to shove, I think somebody else major will push it and they'll get him thrown out. But until then, this is what
I
we
don't
have to
know.
deal with.
I mean, yes, they are independent contractors, but it's so fucking fucked up. Yes, they are independent contractors, but they signed a contract. Therefore, they're not independent contractors anymore. But yet, they still are independent contractors. But yet, they can't get benefits that they are like an employee does, like, say, a Bruce Pritchard or a Triple H, who are office people who will get benefits while the wrestlers don't, which is another very fucked up thing. But okay, sure, fine. But yeah, but you're on a contract, but you don't get benefits. It's like, okay, it's like you said, it's fucking fucked up.
It's totally fucked up. In a follow-up to the previous post about WWE likely bringing back theme shows such as Old School Raw, King of the Ring, Viewer's Choice, Taboo Tuesday, and Raw Roulette, the report is that the reason for this decision is due from a push from NBC Universal and Fox, who are looking for more integration with other sports that the stations air, specifically tie-ins to NASCAR, and Sunday Night Football, and a Wrestling World Cup.
Ugh.
Yeah. What is everyone's thoughts other than throwing up?
Well, they kind of did mention King of the Ring last night on Raw, but like vaguely mention it. Like they didn't even promote it. It was in like the fucking Kofi Kingston fucking preview.
If you pay attention and focus on yourself, Woods has been pushing hard for the Kings.
So the Detroit Pistons get the first pick in the NBA draft. Cool.
Yeah, Raptors go for Raptors. Foolish Mark answer it, and I don't give a fuck because I'd be some happy if Sparkplug Holly showed back up. He wants to integrate NASCAR.
I'm in! I'm all the way the hell in!
Give me a gimmicky football player because half the bars that wrestle are football anyway. So, like, if you look at Moose, they talk about his football background. You could do that to have that little football touch on it. That's cool. That's fun.
Oh, I'd love to see Moose iPhone in the WWE.
If only WWE had multiple football players that turned into wrestlers. Could you think of two that might be in even the same family, dare say?
Yeah, cool.
I don't know who that could be.
Yeah,
I think a World Cup on Fox would be cool to check. Then yeah, you're kind of gonna, boys. We're going the next couple of weeks to paying attention to the States as much as Canada, America, Europe. You know what I mean? Like Fox would be the more beneficial one to have that on than USA, just because Fox Plus Sports, and you'll be able to do like a bracket shit. It'll be cool, right? Like around a point.
I don't have a problem with it, except for one thing, and it's my same complaint with King of the Ring and bragging rights and Survivor Series, and basically every other gimmick match like that. Or
You just won a trophy.
Yeah, who gives a shit? I won the greatest Royal Rumble, so I got released. You know, give it a reason to win it, other than I got a big ass fucking trophy, like the Andre.
Okay, so for the most part, though, winners of tournaments, for the most part, if not a trophy, you win a title. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but they don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a cool little touch. Yeah.
Even if it's a mid-card title. I don't even care if it's the top title. It's a great push to push a bunch of mid-carders into a tournament where the winner gets a shot at the IC belt or the US title. Actually, it would work better with the IC title for World Cup.
Well, that's the concept that'd be, though. I know TNA did a tournament a couple years ago about people representing the division. But you put a team together from each country, and it's got your heavyweight representative, your mid-card representative, your tag team representative, and your women's representative. And every team has one. So if that team wins, you know who's going to win the title shot in the division. I think that'd be a cool little concept because you're going to add the women into it too. And it's not going to be like, well, who's going to take that title shot? No. Drew McIntyre is definitely taking the world title shot because, like, Ricochet would be in line for the United States title shot, and fucking Luke's Dragons for the tag teams, and Nikki Superhero Cross for the women. Like,
I'm not even going to say anything about Nikki Cross right now.
You leave Marty Molly 2021 the fuck alone.
She's winning Money in the Bank.
She 100% is.
She's winning Money in the Bank.
My early prediction for Money in the Bank was Sasha.
I love Sasha, and I'd love to see it, but it's going to happen because she hasn't been on TV. So what's going to happen is she's going to show up and fucking win it.
And then be champion for 27 days and then lose it again. Go right back to her normal routine. Lose it on a Raw, right? Or lose it on a pay-per-view. But win it on a Raw.
Title defense this time.
Yes.
But, no. It should be Nikki Cross winning. But I like Ryan's idea, but they had to spread it out.
Oh,
they
yeah.
Can't have it on one fucking show.
Oh, God,
That's just too much.
There were reports that indicated that higher-ups in WWE have strongly encouraged their talent to get vaccinated. But while
we talked about the last 2 weeks.
Yep. But while most of the wrestlers on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT have already received their COVID-19 vaccines, there are still a few who have not, they just don't want it, and they believe the company cannot force them to get vaccinated.
As much as I want to call them idiots, I mean,
I still am.
I don't think you should I think I would. This is the fucked up thing. I would push them to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't fire them if they didn't get it.
I 100% disagree.
Which I knew that was coming.
The EEOC has stated that you can mandate vaccines for workers. You can. There's multiple court cases, including a Supreme Court case that states that you can force vaccines. So if they want to do it, they can. If they want to spread goodwill and shit by doing what they're fucking doing now, by just saying it's heavily recommended and not required, that's also, it's up to WWE. But in the same breath, to say, have all these PSAs that say get vaccinated, and then having a subset of your own performers not doing it, it's kind of a problem. Mm-hmm. So, it was previously reported that WWE Hall of Famer Edge is set to make his return on the July 16th SmackDown episode on Fox from Houston.
First time with a live crowd, you got to go big. So that doesn't surprise me.
There's no word yet on who Edge will be facing at SummerSlam, but he's set to wrestle the pay-per-view as a babyface.
That's a lie. There's been an article since stating that it looks like it's going to be Seth Rollins versus Edge at SummerSlam.
Oh, yeah, I did read that.
This was as of June 19th, so plans
You're right.
changed since
Yeah,
Crown Jewel. So,
All right. That's always been the plan since Crown Jewel.
in a follow-up to a previous headline that a couple of NXT stars backstage at SmackDown the other night and working dark matches, Karrion Kross wrestled Dolph Ziggler and Bronson Reed took on Bobby Roode. The matches were taped for future evaluations with no plans at all to make them available for public viewing on either TV or as a network special. Kross and Scarlett were discussed as possibly being brought next week to do more promos, and PW Insider speculates that their presence is likely has to do with the upcoming WWE draft, in which they'll surely be bringing up some NXT stars.
Right.
Another piece of that is that they actually were looking at Scarlett to actually wrestle as well. That wasn't this week, but they're looking at it as a possibility because their women's roster's looking kind of thin.
Well, she has wrestled before.
Oh, she wrestled all the time in Ring of Honor.
And Impact.
Mhm.
So she can.
But should she?
I don't think she should.
I think she's better as a valet. And
Me too.
with all due respect to Scarlett, and we've had this discussion more than once over the years. She is one hell of a mouthpiece, but in terms of in-ring performance, in-ring skill, isn't up to par with a lot of other women out there.
Oh, I agree.
An announcement was recently made by New Japan Pro Wrestling that their first U.S. show in over a year, which is called Resurgence, will be on August 14th at the LA Coliseum in Los Angeles.
Why?
Don't know. Talent set to appear on the show include IWGP U.S. Champion Jon Moxley, the Never Openweight Champion Jay White. I didn't realize he won the Never Openweight title. The Strong Openweight Champion, Filthy Tom Lawler. Didn't know he won that. The Good Brothers. What? Okay. Finn Juice, Shota Umino, excuse me. God damn. And TJP.
That will sell to the 100,000 seat Coliseum.
I think it's not the big part of the Coliseum, but like I think they call it the Torch. It's like the small arena inside the arena.
There is no arena inside that arena.
Let me take a look.
It's a fucking stadium. Unless they're going to do like end zone seating and like curtain it off or whatever.
I mean, that does make sense.
To do that, yeah. But
Nope, you're wrong. It's a
no, I'm not.
5,000 seat capacity performance venue, flexible up to 10,000, set on the doorstep of the LA Coliseum. It's part of the Coliseum, but it's its own little building. It opens summer 2021.
Oh, they
So
just
in other
built
words,
it,
you're
then.
wrong.
They just built it. Then.
You're wrong.
I don't think I am.
You're wrong. According to WWE, the Allegiant Stadium is almost sold out.
I did hear that tickets are going very well for that.
They claim that 36 to 37,000 tickets have already been sold, and Ticketmaster claims that the current capacity for SummerSlam is 41,661. In theory, it can hold 72,000 fans, but I don't think they're going to do that. But we'll see how that goes. Jessica Havoc and Sami Callihan got engaged. About fucking time.
Yep.
Oh, you'll love this.
Me?
So, we talked a little bit about this on last week's show, I think, about how Zack Ryder and Nick Gage got into a fight.
Fuck Nick Gage.
Well, it's going to get even better.
Ryan, do you agree with me? Fuck Nick Gage.
I've heard you shit on Nick Gage. I've heard Travis shit on Nick Gage. Okay, so hardcore wrestlers into that deathmatch shit. My opinion on Nick Gage kind of changed after watching his Dark Side of the Ring. Nick Gage is fucked up. And he's doing some fucked up shit. And if this is the way he wants to kill himself, so people think it's not legal, or this is the way he gets his voices out, he doesn't go to rob a bank without a fucking mask on when he comes to the ring with a mask on his fucking face. Let him be it. I don't hate Nick Gage, and personally, I'm really, really interested in the Nick Gage, Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona thing because I like how they set it up. It's like, for me, especially where I don't get to watch that much stuff, I've seen how they set it up, social media, throwing in the little thing when Cardona showed up, pretending like he was not. I've actually enjoyed the thing.
You're on. Fuck Nick Gage. Like,
I knew that was coming too, and I was just waiting for you to finish so he could say no. Fuck Nick Gage.
no, fuck Nick Gage.
So the last GCW wrestling show, the Outlaw Mud Show, which was in Wyoming, because when I think of fucking high profile wrestling shows, I think Wyoming.
When you think about most shows, you think of Wyoming, though.
That is true, and you think it's a shoot too, right? At the end of the main event, they had 8 cops looking for Nick Gage because they thought it was real. You fucking marks.
Brilliant.
Legitimately, Joey Janela was in the back of the locker room, and he pulls out his phone and he's like, there are cops everywhere, man. They're all looking for Nick Gage. Apparently wrestling's real in Wyoming. It's phenomenal. Normally I don't put over outlaw mud wrestling shit, but that was funny. Okay, here we go. According to Fuck Dave Meltzer, there's no deal in place for Brock Lesnar to return to WWE imminently, but there's a definite chance something would be agreed upon later in the year, with WWE likely back in Saudi Arabia and then WrestleMania 38 next year. What kind of fucking bullshit fucking journalism is that? No, we don't know if he's got a contract, but probably will get a contract probably sometime this year. Maybe. FightfulSelect.com reports that several WWE sources are under the impression that Lesnar and WWE have had recent talks about him returning, and the company is hoping that he's back soon, and gone so far as to formulate a plan for that return. Report also knows that with SummerSlam looking like an all-hands-on-deck event, it might make sense for him to bring back Lesnar to strengthen the pay-per-view. A further update to their report, Fightful then noted that while everyone in WWE believes it's a poorly kept secret that the company wants Lesnar back, those close to the situation don't believe any meaningful talks have taken place, but that the situation remains in constant flux.
You fucking mark.
You love that? You love that? What the fuck did all that mean? Here's the
I was calling you a mark because the torch is just outside the Coliseum and it's just nothing. It ain't even a venue.
It's a 5,000 seat arena. What the hell are you talking about?
No, it's not. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. It's literally right outside the arena. At the torch of the Los Angeles Coliseum.
It is a 5,000 seat arena.
Introduce the torch, a 10,000 seat capacity venue flexible up to 10,000 on the doorstep of the LA Icon.
Right.
It's not a venue.
It is too.
No, it's not. I'm literally looking at pictures of it.
It literally says a 5,000 capacity performance venue. You just read it.
Flexible. Literally, it is. They are having smaller concerts and shit.
Read it again, asshole.
I am.
Read it again, asshole.
I'm looking at
Read
their
it again,
pictures.
asshole.
I'm literally
Read it
looking
again,
at their
asshole.
pictures.
Read
not
it
a
again,
new venue.
asshole.
You can tell me
Read
to
it again, asshole.
But the proof is literally the pictures I'm looking at.
They are literally telling you it's a 5,000 capacity performance venue that's flexible up to 10,000.
At the doorsteps of the LA Coliseum that can be torn down.
A 5,000 capacity performance venue.
It's not a new arena.
It is.
No, it's not. I lawyered you, fuck up. Okay, but say that thing that you just said about the news and rumors.
Basically, all that it is they don't know if Brock Lesnar's been talked to by WWE.
Yes, he has. You know he has.
Yeah, but
They've been talking to Brock Lesnar for a fucking year.
is it expected when Brock Lesnar does return to WWE, he'll be involved in programs with
Roman Reigns,
Bobby Lashley,
Roman Reigns.
and then eventually Roman Reigns.
Because it makes sense because, you know.
Of course.
Heyman.
WWE Hall of Famer backstage at last night's Hell in a Cell.
Who cares?
It was Becky Lynch. But she wasn't the only one.
You say Hall of Famer?
Yep.
She's not in the Hall of Fame.
Right. But Ric Flair is. Who was backstage as well.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot. I swear to God, my head. And my cat's fucking freaking out, going, meow.
We talked before about this, but we'll bring it up again. Kevin Owens is taking a break. He said, I fought like hell, and now I need a little break. I'll be back soon. Thank you, guys. I think he was
Because he's
injured.
really hurt. Cool.
I think he was injured before the match started.
So he was really hurt. Cool.
I think he was banged up beforehand. You said he was hurt in the match.
Technically, I'm right. He was hurt in the match.
No. If I punch you now and then we get in a wrestling match, you weren't hurt in the wrestling match. Now were you?
I was hurt while I was in the match. Therefore, I was hurt in the match.
That's not what you said.
Therefore,
No,
I'm right.
No, you're not. And
What?
now you're getting muted. So here's the reality of this is that he left.
I'm closing with you tonight.
Oh my goodness. It's fucking phenomenal. We only have one thing left. Where was it? And I don't think Fat Man wanted to get involved with this anyway. MJF decided to shit on Rosie O'Donnell, of all people. If you guys aren't familiar, MJF was on Rosie O'Donnell's talk show a while back, and like when he was like kid, okay? And this is what he said about her. Rosie's a dumb fat bitch. That's how he started. Keep that in, don't edit it out. We tried to reach out to her several times. I'd be giving her the rub, by the way, not the other way around. She desperately needs the limelight right now. I'm on top of the world. We thought it'd be interesting if we could have another interview while I'm on top of the world. To my knowledge, her people declined, probably out of fear of me showing the world that she still owes me money from the last time I did an interview with her. I was never compensated. She stole money from a 5-year-old. Who does that? Sickening. I got Shrek ears and a $25 coupon for Dunkin' Donuts.
That man is fucking money, and I wish he was 6 inches taller.
Me too. I mean, that he is, and I hate pulling the curtain a little bit on him, but he's an absolute great person to work with. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about him. He's taken a lot of shit, literally and figuratively, throughout the years to be that ultimate consummate heel. So good on him. I'm glad he's got a very prominent piece of AAW right now. So Ryan, what is your Twitter?
Ryan Buck 85.
I am at TWS Sleazy on Twitter. Fatman's at TWS Fatman. He would tell you that, but he's a fucking mark and left. The show is at Sleazy Fatman on Twitter. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/sleazythefatman. And finally, you can find us on Instagram at sleazyfatman. So with thanks to Ryan and for Sleazy,
Fuck the fat man.
Fuck the fat man. This is the wrestling show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Kenny Omega.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain in the game. The bloodshed in your name. When there's nothing to gain, I'm a world gone sad.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.